Hello and welcome to the Sorcerer's Cove Part 5 and the Ayahuasca Part 4. This video is for the purposes of health and safety and information. We're going to be covering the preparation of an ayahuasca brew, and seeing as people do these things regardless of the law, it's best to have the information out there for anyone as a matter of general well-being. This information needs to be out there, and it helps people rather than causes any other problems. So just bear that in mind. In preparing ayahuasca, you're going to need some basic roots. I'm going to provide a basic recipe that I've used, very straightforward, you find it anywhere. And you can start to build on this after some time of continuous experimentation. This is a brew that you want to make repeatedly, over and over, and just slightly change it each time that would suit your needs, because it'll come out different every time, no matter how you do it. Okay, in this ingredient we're using the mimosa hostilis, and we're using Syrian brew. Now, people have debated the use of those, but you can stuff yourself again. These things work. I know it through personal experience that it works. Importantly, the process should be paid close attention to. Don't rush it. Just take your time. It's a very sacred thing that you're making. So think about the intent that you want to, something you want to learn about as you take it. And so as you're preparing it as well, and just have those things on mind. Okay. Now, there is a specific diet one has to follow as well. It changes from person to person. Some say 6 months, some say a month, some say a few days. It's best, from my results, that if you fast a minimum of 2 days. Okay, you can have water, you can have milky teas on the first day of fasting. The second day, you don't have anything but water. You can have a watery tea, that's fine, but no milks, no food, no meats, and those sorts of heavy things. The first time I actually did it, I went on a special diet for a week, which consists of rice, fish, and bananas, basically. They say plantains, which is a banana-like type of vegetable, but bananas are fine. Bananas have serotonin in them, and they're good for keeping your serotonin levels up. Now, some people say don't use bananas. Well, I did, and it worked perfectly. Now, let's get to the brew. This process is quite simple, but it needs to be repeated 3 times. And then there's a 4th stage afterwards. So the first, you're going to need some cheesecloth, you're going to need some mimosa hostilis, and you're going to need, or the Banisteriopsis caapi, and you're going to need either Psychotria viridis or whichever you're using. I'm using Syrian brew, so hostilis root and Syrian brew is what I'm using. Now, cheesecloth, a cup or container to put the drain fluid off, and a steel pot. No aluminium pots. Use a good stainless steel pot. It doesn't have to be big. This recipe is just for one person. Okay, so I want you to measure up 10 to 12 grams. Do that 12 grams, that's fine. 12 grams of mimosa hostilis, and weigh up later 3 grams of Syrian brew. Okay, the mimosa hostilis, we're cooking this separate. We're keeping the 2 ingredients separate as we consume them in this batch. So, you get your mimosa hostilis, you put it in your pot, you put in 250 ml of water and 50 ml of lemon juice. Boil that on a low heat, so it's just a slow movement. It's not a rapid boil. Slow movement for about half an hour or so. Okay, check it. You go strain that off, you put the cheesecloth into a metal strainer and strain through. Make sure you have enough cheesecloth in there that really covers it all. You don't want it spilling over. Once all the fluid is drained off, give that plant material in the cheesecloth a bit of a squeeze. Put the plant matter back into the pot, scrape it off the cheesecloth as best you can, don't worry too much. Add another 250 ml of water, another 50 ml of juice, lemon juice, and you repeat the process. Okay, so do it. On the 3rd run, You can really reduce the amount of lemon juice. So put in 300 mils this time of water and maybe 20 mils of lemon juice, and reduce that down again for about 35 minutes. Okay, so there you go, you got the 3 steps done. Let it sit, let it rest for a little bit, or you can put just 5 minutes, put it back into the pot. This one we're reducing to a level that's suitable for one person to swallow. Okay, so leave it on the pot for about another half an hour and reduce it down. You should have about 100 mils or so. 100 mils is a pretty good amount that you want to take, 100 to 150 mils. Okay, again, you can strain this off if you want to. It helps with eliminate a lot of the sediment. You're still going to get sediment, but you're going to eliminate most of that. So we've reduced it, we've cooked it 3 times, we've reduced it, and now we're ready to take it. So you let it rest for a little while, and what we're going to do now is prepare our Syrian brew. To prepare your Syrian brew, get about 2 grams, you can do 1.5 grams to 2 grams, put it in some cold water, doesn't matter, and give it a bit of a stir. Not too much water, it'll make you sick later on. Now this stuff doesn't taste too good, so make sure you sort of give it a good stir and then just drink it down. Okay. If you find there's still sediment at the bottom, put a little bit more water in, just a little bit, and then drink it down again. You want all that Syrian brew in your guts. Wait 15 minutes, and then take the remainder. So whether it's 1.5 or 1 gram, take that remainder 15 minutes later. Now you're going to feel quite ill pretty much straight away after you first take it. Hold that down. Keep it down. Okay. 15 minutes after the second lot of the Syrian, you can take your brew. Okay, it's good to prepare a little ceremony, have something ready that you can do, smoke a little bit of rustica or something. Even a normal cigarette or pipe tobacco is fine. Open your 4 gateways where you're going to be sitting, and if you know a bit about magic and stuff, even just do a ceremony, blow some smoke into each corner of the compass. Something like this that welcomes the spirits. Avoid vapors, avoid having flames, and sit in the dark. Okay, the spirits of ayahuasca are not big on heavy flames and this sort of thing, as it's been said. So sit in the dark. You get the best results. You'll be very comfortable. Find a comfortable place, but be near somewhere where you can purge pretty quickly. Okay, so you're just about ready to take your DMT. You've had both doses of Syrian brew beforehand. You take your DMT. Okay. Once you take that, if you're still feeling a bit sick in the guts, now it can affect you in different ways. You may feel like vomiting within 10 minutes. That's fine. As long as you have that Syrian brew in there, it's been sitting there, and if you can hold the ayahuasca in after you've had that Syrian brew, hold it in for at least 5 minutes. Okay. 10-15 is fine, but don't work against the purging feeling, but just try to sort of hold it best you can for a little while and then let it go. Okay, and you'll find that you will vomit quite heavily, and then very shortly after that your journey will begin. You'll have some extraordinary experiences. You'll feel incredible euphoria. You'll have some fantastic visuals. And most importantly, in the very early stages of the journey, you may feel like you're dying. Okay, it's up to you. You may have a spirit host there as well that's helping you, but also make sure you have someone there who's looking over you as well, because if you do sort of have your heart rate slow down too much or whatever, get the person that's with you to give a pinch under your arm around here, just pinch them around here, give them a good squeeze. Okay, and that'll sort of bring it back a little. That's only in severe cases if the person is or yourself is. It's funny that your heart is slowing down and you're getting a little bit afraid. Have someone there to talk you through. It can be a frightening experience, but it's also extremely ecstatic. So and visual, you will learn a lot, and you'll have a fantastic time. So all the best and good luck.